So it has been quite some time since we last put up a video, and there's a very good reason for it. But we don't just have some doom and gloom, we've also got some good news as well.
So the last video was James at the auctions looking at a few cars there. And you can obviously probably tell by this video, we picked up one, not from the auctions though.
Yes, and there is a lot of other crap behind it. I bought a car, you'll see it in this video. Really pumped about it, really good price. Seems to have a problem, it's annoying to fix, but it seems to be cheap, we hope. And then I decided to destroy my knee the very next day.
Yeah.
So that's why there hasn't been a video in a while, because I am currently somewhat immobile. For those of you who want to know, basically every ligament in my leg besides two are either no longer connected or torn. So yeah, I can't walk currently and probably won't be for quite some time, thus making walking around the auctions, finding cars, I can't drive or anything. So it's put a massive handbrake on the challenge, especially with obviously Morgan focusing on his kind of personal life, I guess. So I'm stepping away from the challenge. But nonetheless, I bought a car. I still think it's a good deal. I just need some help with it.
And I'm actually so happy that we're back to, I guess, not the roots, but like what I think is a cool car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's an awesome car. It's literally sitting right there. But yes, that's why there hasn't been any videos. Moving forward from this car is uncertain, just because, yes, can't really do much.
Yeah. So we'll still, I think I'll help out obviously with this car, get it good, sold, all that kind of fiasco. And there'll still be videos coming out after that. Yeah. And obviously maybe, I think a few of our personal cars, I guess, probably doing stuff.
Well, this personal car will be, like me, sitting and resting for, at this rate, 6 months to a year. But without any further ado, I managed to buy a 2009 Nissen 370Z.
So as you can see by the cinematics, we've got a nice black 370Z. So I'll just quickly do a walk around of the car. We've just given it a quick wash, just to rinse down pretty much. There's still could do with a better wash, but it's really hot at the moment. So this is it, as you could see before. Straight away, there is a little bit of, it looks like almost clear coat damage just on the bonnet. There's a couple other places that it's got as well. It's got these nice wheels on them, aftermarket ones. Got huge brakes on the 370, same with the calipers, awesome. Walking around the car, it's got the little tow hook on it there. So for whatever reason, someone's had to, oh, that actually might have been when they dropped it off here. They had to trailer it. Yeah, going around, it's actually not too bad. The worst part, and the main thing we'll have to fix, is just this part here, which, talking to James, looks like this is an actual piece that you can replace. Well, that's what we're hoping. So that's one thing that needs to be fixed. The roof actually looks reasonably okay. It is a bit dusty still. and some bird poop we haven't fully cleaned off, but it's similar to bonnet, a bit better than the bonnet though, in terms of the clear coat. We've got a bit of a scrape here on the side, nice big brakes on the rear as well, still caliper obviously. The best part of these cars is obviously the rear, it just looks awesome. Got the stock exhaust, nice little wing. I don't know if you can see there's a lot of little swirl marks, so a bit of a buff might fix that. But considering the paint's not perfect, yeah, I don't know if might have to spend a whole day or so just going over everything, trying to fix it all up. But that's the outside, all looks pretty good. The interior looks pretty nice. If you can remember, we did have a 350 at one point, and this is obviously a massive step up from the 350. On the dash here, we do have some scuffs, which is a bit odd. It is a manual. I'm not too sure if they come in automatic, but this one is a manual. Drives quite nicely. Leather seats, nice center console. You got your little gauges up on there too. Yeah, looks pretty tidy, honestly. We'll move over to the rear, open the boot, because being a two-seater, I'm sure the boot has heaps of space. Now, how do we do that? Nice bit of space there. I'm guessing this is just a spare tire and all that. Yeah, all nice. Actually, not as much space as I thought. You're not going to fit too much, just considering the way the rear door kind of shuts. There's a massive slope, so you're not going to fit too much here. Probably a couple bags. That's the boot there. Whoop. If you're wondering or cared about that, I'll show you the engine. The engine bay seems quite clean for the car. One thing I didn't touch on either is the headlights. When we give it a good wash, we could probably use one of those headlight restoration kits just to give it a bit of a refresher. And there you go, there's the nice V6 engine, the VQ I believe. It's got twin airbox, obviously being the V. Battery looks pretty good actually, looks quite new, which is a good sight to see. But yeah, engine bay looks actually super tidy. Now one thing, so I'll just drive around the corner, put it up on a hoist, and go over some further detail in a sec, but we're suspecting that there's some funny business with the clutch. We've checked the clutch fluid, or the master fluid there, and it seems okay, just on the minimum level. Clutch was playing up a little bit a couple days ago, but now it seems fine, so I'm not too sure what the problem is. We'll check it up on the hoist, have a look. Maybe there's a leak, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's the new 370Z that James has picked up, and yeah, it looks honestly like a bit of a steal. And I'm just glad we're back into these types of cars, because, you know, Utes and all that are cool, Euros are kind of cool, but I feel like these are the cars that I love, and you know, I'm sure you guys love as well. So now we're just onto the car. We're going to do a bit of an underbody inspection, although this time myself and not James, because he's messed up his knee, as you would have seen earlier in the video. So there is one thing we need to look at, and that's the clutch slave, or the lines for it, because we've noticed the clutch fluid's kind of been, I don't know, seems like it's draining, or it's getting less as we're driving it. So it looks like there's probably a leak somewhere, but we haven't seen anything on the ground, so we'll have to have a look at that. But before we get to that, we'll probably start at the back, give you, I guess, a look at the condition of it, and I guess you'll find out as I look at it, because it's the first time we've seen it. So all seems reasonably, you know, fine. Oh, we've got a little bit of a diff leak, looks like. It's a bit wet there. Everything else seems pretty much dry in terms of like the axles and stuff. Everything seems pretty much fine. Bushes seem okay. Treads, got heaps of tread. They're pretty much brand new tires. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, The brakes on the rear, they feel good, no lipping, no scores, no nothing like that. Exhaust, yeah, I guess it's fine. Bit of dirt, but as you'd expect. Going through, there's a bit of plastic trim stuff everywhere, hiding a bit of the underbody, but it's not too bad. Come to the gearbox. It's a little bit wet there, but that could just be grime. It doesn't look like it's oil or anything like that. It seems fine. Exhaust again. The wheels at the front, same again. Brand new tires, pretty much. Still got a bit of the whiskers on the side. Yeah, rotors on the front are all good as well. No lipping. Nothing like that. There's a little bit of, I guess what you call sweating or something on the boots there. That's not too bad though. I guess it's probably similar on this side, yeah. We did wash the car earlier today, so it is a little bit wet in certain places. Yeah, brakes are perfect. Seems fine. We've got, I don't know, is this, yeah, that looks like it could be oil there. So it's a little oily. There must be a slight leak somewhere. It's a bit hard. We might have to take this off to have a better look at it. Coming back here, there is, you can see just there, a little drip forming. That's definitely oil of some sort. In terms of what we're trying to look for though for the clutch, I believe it's this kind of module here. So I think James was telling me the throw-up bearing and the clutch slave is kind of all in one or something like that, or inside the bell housing, which if there is a leak just inside there, that does mean we have to take off the gearbox, which hopefully isn't the case. It's kind of hard to tell. There definitely is some leaking. I don't know if you can tell, just it's a bit oily there. So it does look like possibly could be leaking on the inside at the slave. And really the only way to find out would be to remove the gearbox. So yeah, that's maybe a future episode by the looks of things. In terms of everything else though, yeah, again, there's just so many under trays at the front. Can't really tell too much. A little bit of oil leaks as you'd expect with a oldish Nissen. Nothing seems like catastrophically bad. The clutch still functions pretty much like it should. Just occasionally though, the clutch it doesn't bounce back, or it seems like it just loses some pressure. Acting a bit weird, I don't know, we'll see. It looks like it could be the slave though. Leaking or something of the sort. There is a bottle of hydraulic fluid in the car, so it does seem like the previous owner maybe knew of this issue and has bought some fluid to just top up the clutch of the master cylinder. So yeah, but in terms of the rest of the car seems perfect. So yeah, it's the new car that James picked up and I will probably be working on. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. We'll obviously, by the looks of things, be getting, having to take the gearbox out to replace or inspect the slave cylinder or one of the lines in there, which is going to be fun. Probably a weekend job, I think. But yeah, that's the car. Let us know what you think in the comments section. Otherwise, we'll see us in the next video. Taking the gearbox out, I think.